According to Winston Churchill, the price of greatness lies in responsibility. You're welcome to Morning Star Breakfast Show, brought to you by Starcross Television. My name is Ruth Obu. Also, did you know that 99% of failures comes like it happens to those who make excuses? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do something today, you're like, oh, I'm too busy, I am not fit for that, I have other things to attend to. Why not give it a try and see how it goes? So if you do not want to fall amongst the people who make excuses every now and then, I feel like you should get up and get to work and do not make excuse for any reason, because it is said that opportunity comes but once. Once again, you're welcome to Morning Star Breakfast Show, brought to you by Starcross Television. As usual, I am not doing this alone here. I like to say that I'm here with intelligent co-presenters. Now, with your kind permission, may I, at this point, introduce you to them. I'd like to start with the one seated at my far left. I'm talking about Brother David Eric. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Sister Ruth. Good morning. And good morning to you, amazing and wonderful audience.
How are you doing?
I am fine. Thank you so much for asking. It is good to know that you're always glued to Starcross Television, and we really appreciate your wonderful and beautiful effort. So I have this to tell you this morning. It is pleasant to understand that God loves us so much, and the love He has for us can never fade. And we know very well that we are indebted to Him at every point in time. So let us use our lips and praise our Father in every way we can, so that His love will continue to surround us lavishly within us and our family at large. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Brother David Eric. Also with us today is Mrs. Obinna Ekebe. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Sister Ruth.
How are you doing?
I'm perfect. Good morning to you, Brother David Eric.
Sister.
And to our audience, good morning to you this amazing Monday morning. Yes, we woke up feeling so energetic and having these positive vibes around us. I sincerely believe that God has blessed this day for us. So here is me telling you that quitting is never an option. Whatever you have maybe tried, attempt doing, let's say yesterday, the past months or past years, and then you feel like nothing is happening, nothing good, no positive results, it's not actually not yielding any positive result, do not quit. After all, someone actually attempted electricity or something 99 times, and he didn't actually get it right. It was the 100th time that he got it right. So quitting is never an option. Do well to, if you do not have anybody to encourage you, no encouragement, no positive vibes around you, encourage yourself and spur yourself up. Thank you so very much. Today's episode promises to be an amazing one. Please stay glued. I remain Stella Obinna.
All right, thank you so very much for that. In other words, there is always light at the end of the tunnel, and like she said, quitting shouldn't be an option. In fact, it shouldn't even make a way to your mind. All right, let it be a win or a win. Never you bring in negativity as an option. It should forever be positivity, and you see yourself shining. Once again, you're welcome to Morning Star Breakfast Show. I hope you had a beautiful weekend, because we had. According to Sister Obinna, she said she had a beautiful weekend. Now let's get to find out how they spent their weekend. I'd like to start with you.
Okay. How I spent my, I actually mentioned that I woke up feeling very energetic and having so many positive energies and vibes around. So I believe that today is already a blessed day. God has blessed this day for us already. And then for my weekend, it was more like the usual routine, nothing to add, aside the fact that CNCF 34 Ambo Zone, we had our dissolution over the weekend, like with 4 choirs in the zone that I think 34 Ambo Choir, 8 Natural Choir, 26 Mbupa Choir, and then the Youth Fellowship Choir. We had a joint dissolution yesterday.
An inauguration.
An inauguration yesterday. So it was a sight to behold, because it's not something that has always been like having these 4 choirs. Youth Fellowship Choir is just an addition. It's a new choir in the zone. So when I heard that they are also joining in the dissolution and inauguration, I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I just believe that this new administrative phase is going to bring in a new phase in the zone entirely. So that's how my weekend actually went.
All right, thank you. So there was no any other thing outside
Off camera.
the fold, off camera.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a bit personal, and we do respect that. Let's get to hear from you, Eric.
I think I may not have an exception because I am part and parcel of the zone. So looking at the weekend, I think it was all churchy, preparing for church from Saturday down till Sunday. And at the end of the day, we thank our Father immensely for giving 34 Ambo Zone a very beautiful and amazing dissolution and inauguration. So we believe immensely being at the world headquarters, definitely the face of the choristers is very, very important at the world headquarters. And so they reciprocate seeing down to other battles, areas, zone and state. So it was basically a churchy weekend, and it was worth the while.
All right, thank you so very much. So actually it was a churchy weekend according to Brother David Eric, and to be frank, it was also a very beautiful sight. I think I showed up briefly before I left the venue to attend to something else. So now let's quickly bring in a quick like a funny chit chat. I'd like to start with you, Brother Eric. At what point do you consider seriousness in your parent? Like, for instance, they are warning you not to do a particular thing, and then you just keep doing it. And because you are in a public space, they do not want to embarrass their personality. You know, you are causing them to, you know, try and act like they're at home, but they are respecting themselves. At what point do you know that they are serious about stop it already, bro, Eric?
Like my parents?
Yeah.
All right. Growing up, because of the fundamental basic rules that has been kept already, a gesture from an African parent can tell you already that you are misled. You are leaving the line already, you understand? You do not even need for them to start speaking out. Only a kind gesture. I will use the word a kind gesture because if they go out of the kind gesture, you understand?
You wouldn't like it.
You wouldn't like it.
I feel like the gesture is usually wild, like the kind of face, you know.
No, he is telling it's a kind gesture.
It's a kind gesture. I do not want to go extraordinary this morning. It's a kind gesture. The African parents try to bring up their children in such a way that they understand that they will always be in a public space, and it is not good to paint yourself in a very unconducive manner for others, understand? Now, you can see a mother, if a mother does not want a child to take something in the public, and the child just happened to turn and look at the mother, the kind of face you will see, you will know that definitely, where would you go?
That's a kind gesture.
You come back and meet me at
return
home.
home, and when you return home, you know what is going to wait for you, understand? So once you get those facial expressions, you already know. You do not even need the facial expression because you've already been built in a way that you understand that there is time for everything. So once you're going out to a public space, you try as much as possible to comport yourself even as a kid. Understand? The African children, they behave like adults. I would say much is always expected of us, most especially once we have left that little stage of 3 to 5. Once we are going outside, we tend to behave like adults because much is expected from us. So we do not even need the voice to say, stop that thing, because if the voice comes at you, you're going to be trembling. So only a kind gesture will make you to sit up and understand that you have to behave yourself.
Okay, thank you very much. You know what we are saying on this set, you have grown with if you have grown up, or if you grew up with an African parent, you should know that it is not every time they tend to shout. Sometimes they give you that looks and you're already adjusting. So let's hear from you, Sister Stella. You have a visitor in the house and you're being brought up with by parents who don't let you get snacks from outsiders. And then here comes your parents' friends, and you know how close they are, and then they hand you a cookie, and then your mom is around, your mom is there, they hand you a cookie. How are you going to know that you're supposed to get the cookie?
How am I supposed to know I'm supposed to get the cookie?
Yeah.
Okay, it's simple. Most times, it's in two ways. It's either you say, no, thank you, or you collect the cookies and then you show to your mom. Those are the two things, the two options.
And then what happens when this visitor says, I'm close, I come around, I help
close,
out,
I know,
eat it, your mom will not beat me.
No. It can never happen.
Okay.
It can never happen. Like, you can't just come to the house, whether you are as close as the mouth is to the teeth, and then you just come and be like, I am close to your mom, I'm close to your dad, so open it and eat. not where I came from.
This is where you have to give accolades to the African
parents,
Yeah.
not where I came from, because you definitely get it hurt.
Yeah.
Because like I don't understand who taught you that. It's either you say no thank you uncle, no thank you auntie, or you collect it and then you show it to your mom or your dad and then let them say throw it away or eat it.
Definitely.
These are people like, okay, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. You are not coming from a vernacular speaking home,
Okay.
so everything is English. And then there is no way your mom will tell you don't eat it or eat it. You know, in such families, they know, they have their modus operandi. They know how they operate inside. And then you are there. This visitor equally understands English. There is no way your parents will possibly tell you collect and throw away. How are you going to operate in that?
The least you can
scenario?
do is, okay, now let's say your parents, they are seated in the same space
Yeah.
with the visitors. You collect it and then give it to them, or maybe you keep it in a safe corner. Maybe when they are done or when they are gone. Okay, mommy, this is what uncle gave to me, or this is what auntie gave to me.
Okay.
What should I do with it? It is let it be on them to say, okay, throw it away or you eat it. You can never take that kind of decision on your own as a child. It's not possible.
I will still say that kudos again to the African parents. Most parents do not need to talk. They don't even need to give an eye gesture. As I said earlier, the children are, I will not say nowadays, I will say my set, they have been built in such a way that they tend to operate like adults. They understand the consequences in going against the rules, the doctrines, the regulations, as the case may be, of the parents, most especially the mother. Now, I have gotten a case scenario where we went out, food was served, and as the food was served, the little child said, "Thank you, I am okay."
Okay.
But I was fully aware that the child had not eaten. But the child behaved so mature. "Thank you, I am okay, I have eaten." And when the mother came around, the friend to the mother was told, "I presented food to your child," and the child refused to eat. And she said, "Thank you, she had eaten." It was until when the mother instructed the child to say, "Go ahead and eat, you are free to eat."
Thank you very much. Sorry to cut you there. And there's this feeling you get as an African parent when you hear those kind of words.
You have that confidence that you are
in
able
your
to
child, that
nurture
you
the child.
can leave the
You
child.
have this feeling of satisfaction that, okay, you did a good job. Now, let's say the reverse was the case.
Yeah.
You came and then you met this child of yours eating when you did ask him or her to eat. You can imagine that you'll be feeling like you didn't do enough. You'll be feeling like a failure at that point in time.
You'll be looking less in front of your counterpart because you are also a parent and you're also facing another parent. The other mother said she's shocked and amazed how a little child, because her child was much more younger than hers, she said she was not really sure that her own child would be able to live up to that kind of expectation. That she was congratulating the woman for bringing up her daughter in such a manner. So this is what I'm trying to say. I think as parents, we need to inculcate this thing because it has been given from the parents before and after. So we need to continue it in this our own time too. Children should not be allowed to do things so widely, operate so widely. Some children, I beg to differ a little. Some children, but I would say the percentage is very low. They tend to use the opportunity when they see strangers to want to show their nonchalant attitude. And I bet you trust the African parents. When we go home, the reverse is going to be the case. You're going to be treated and you're going to be brought back to your senses. You have to understand that as a child, you have to take responsibility sometimes to protect yourself because your parents might not be there at every point in time to also protect you. You go to school, you will be in class. What happens if you are the only one there and you're presented with food? You never can tell if the food is used to lure you to somewhere or something or make you go. Those kind of acts makes the children, most times, they are not satisfied with what they come with. I could remember in those days when I was in primary school, when I go to school, once my mom gives me my lunch box for school, I am always satisfied and contented to know that I am not to go extra. No matter what you are eating at that particular point in time, I don't get enticed. This is because we have gotten a very good upbringing. So kudos to all the parents who are taking their time to understand, to make their children to stand up for themselves, to be responsible it is not bad that a little child is responsible, can give accounts of his or her own self. It makes the child to understand that security is important and paramount.
All right, thank you so very much. Kudos to all the African parents, mothers specifically, or especially, because, like, seriously, if you grew up with your parents or your mother, you should know what I'm saying. Sometimes they don't talk. They just give you that looks, only their eyes are so sharp. They're as sharp as the sword, and then you're like, I am done. Like, I have entered her pot of pepper soup, or, so already you would want to adjust. Growing up also, when I was a kid, I remember when I saw some of the brethren, overseas brethren, they were just there discussing. And I think our Sabbath children we were passing to somewhere, and I saw a kid, talking to her elder. Please, may I have one? May I have some of your cookies, please? And then she handed it. I was like, wow. Immediately she, shoved it in her mouth. I was like, amazing, And I know they are not related. I kind of know the two families. They are not related. I'm like, I wish our parents can be like this. I was just amazed because there was no fear. And I'm like, it has never been like this. In fact, it would be better if you were not born at all, to get it and still go back to that same house, because some parents will not say anything. Once you get it, they'll just smile. And that smile is that smile
it's heading somewhere.
Honestly, but on your own you would start crying.
That's what I said.
You will look for somebody to escort you to the house. Maybe your aunt or your uncle to escort you to the house, because say go easy that day. All right, that was just by the way. We still have our main topic of discuss. So with that being said, we'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, Morning Star Breakfast show continues. But if you think there are other ways mothers correct their kids, or tell them something without saying a word, reach out to us via our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. Also, our phone number is displayed on your screen. Do well to send an SMS and make it worthwhile for, all of us here. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Dear esteemed viewer, when moments matter, when memories must live forever, Starcross Television is here to capture it all. We warmly welcome you to another season with us. We are fully prepared and passionately committed to bringing your celebrations, milestones, and visions to life, because you are the reason we exist. From the beauty of traditional marriages to sacred marriage blessings, from colorful birthday celebrations to purpose-driven send-forth ceremonies, from grand project unveiling and honorable celebrations of life to joyful child blessings, from launching and inaugurations to music concert and spirit-filled fellowship celebrations, we cover it all with excellence. Not to forget, we also deliver top-quality music videos, film production, eye-catchy screwbars, exciting jingles, and so much more. At Starcross Television, we don't just record events, we tell your stories with professionalism, creativity, and passion. For more bookings and inquiries, please contact +234 704 554 1089, +234 809 473 5538, or +234 814 083 6948. Starcross Television, the voice of the universe. Keep watching, keep believing, keep celebrating with Starcross TV. Hashtag support Starcross TV. Hashtag voice of the universe. Hashtag keep watching Starcross TV, God's own TV station.
My name is Sister Ifunaya, and I am here to inspire your day with sweet melodies. I am here with my organist, Divine Vanguard Roland Amadi. Listen and be blessed. Oh Lord, in this new day, thy protection
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you are still watching the Morning Star Breakfast Show, brought to you by Starcross Television. I am Ruth Ubo. I'm still here with David Eric and Sister Obina. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
All right, so without much ado, I would like to dive right into the topic of today's discussion, which is bullying. Bullying. I feel like this is a very serious case here, yeah, because something actually inspired this. I saw something on the social media and it made me shed a tear, yesterday, and I decided, okay, why not we talk about this? Maybe it might go a long way. In one way or the other, some of us have actually experienced bullying because of upbringing. You live in a home where they didn't raise you to be, become a fighter or something. So when you go to, or raised with so much love, you do not have the habit of, making someone else cry and the rest. Maybe this bullying does not only have to do with, you raising your hands to somebody. Might also it also has something to do with, using your words to bully another person. So today we are going to be talking about bullying. We are going to look at religious bullying and mental bullying. So without much ado, I'd like to dive right into the definition of bullying. I'd like for you, Brother Eric, to give us definition of religious bullying, and then Sister Stella, mental bullying.
All right, looking at the topic, bullying is a very beautiful and amazing topic. Bullying is an unwanted act. It has to do with aggression or aggressiveness, distorting someone's mental health and making the person feel less of himself or herself. I think it is something that is not pleasant. And looking at narrowing it down to religious bullying, it is the act of forcing, imposing, and making a particular person feel that he or she is not supposed to believe in what he or she believes in, and the concept of what the person believes is not respected, and thereby forcing the person to either humiliation, degradation, as the case may be. So mental bullying, religious bullying
yeah,
is a no-no for me.
All right, thank you so very much. First, Sister Stella, do you have anything to add to religious bullying?
No, I don't.
Okay, let's look at mental bullying.
Okay, mental bullying
Definition.
is a type of psychological manipulation or emotional abuse where someone uses tactics or gaslights people, just like he has mentioned that most times this practice of bullying or this action, these are things in one or two ways we have found ourselves in it. Like we've been victims of all these bullies around. We've been victims of bullying, and then this is most times it makes someone like the victims so uncomfortable that when you see the bully coming, you just
look
want
for
to
the
adjust.
nearest way out.
You just want to adjust and be like, I don't have energy for this young man or for this young lady coming. So mental bullying, it's more like most of these actions that affect our psychology. It affects our well-being as a whole. It distorts our mental health. So in a simple term, it is psychological practice or action that inflicts pain. Whether the pain must not necessarily be physical pain or maybe skin to skin kind of pain. It can be mental stress, can be any kind of stress at all, but it actually makes one so uncomfortable.
All right, thank you so very much. Before we proceed, Brother Eric, do you have anything to add to mental bullying definition?
No, but Sister Stella has already said everything because it has to do with the psychology. I feel mental bullying is something that most persons go through. It could be indirectly, and it could be directly. Most times it is indirectly. Most persons just do it. They feel comfortable carrying out mental bullying. And of a truth, it is something that is very, very draining, because when you try to explain to someone that you're going through some mental stress, there is no evidence, physical evidence for you to see. Maybe if you were bullied physically, someone can see the marks and try to prefer solution and to understand to the stuff. But at this particular point in time, it is innate except you explain for someone to really, really understand, most times you are afraid to explain based on what you're faced with, the insults, the humiliation, as the case may be. You always put in a very difficult corner for you to be able to explain. So as such, you're damaged inside and you're damaged in your brain. Once your mind and your brain is damaged, your mindset is damaged, it is very, very disheartening, and it is harming to the entire system, the whole body as a whole. So it is very, very bad. So that's what I have to say for mental bullying.
All right, thank you so very much. Mental bullying, I like to say that it's a very risky game, sincerely speaking, because this has pushed a lot of people into committing suicide, early suicide, you know, and doing things they're not ought to do, because, you know, first and foremost, maybe they want to level up, or they are trying to, you know, they are looking out to, you know, paying back. And so a good person becomes bad because they want to, you know, maybe they have spoken to adults or caregivers around, I do not like what this person does, you know, I am not cool with it, this is what it does to me, but they do nothing about it. Like, you have to fight for yourself, you know, fight for yourself, fight for yourself. Someone was caught, like I said, something inspired this, a child was caught with a knife, you know, because in a bid to pay back, fight for yourself, a child, you know, was like, okay, in order for me to fight for myself, I need to maybe stab these people, stab other children, which will not end well. This child might end up in the prison, you know. But the main thing, the bottom line there is that he actually spoke up, he actually approached a lot of people, but they kept saying, you have to fight for yourself, you are a man. You know, a boy, let me not use a man, you are a boy, because it looks like a boy of 10, 11 years, you need to stand up for yourself, you know, and this was the way he thought was perfect for him. So like, that's why I said it's really a risky game. So let us look at types of bullying, Brother Eric.
All right, looking at the types of bullying, I think we have a few. First, I'll start with the verbal bullying. I think this is often found amongst kids. Yes, it has to do with insult, threats, and ridicule. Most times, the children are not able to condole these excesses, and as such, once there is a group or there is a gang of persons that have kept themselves so mighty that they are untouchable due to maybe status in the society, they intend to see how they can oppress others. They render insult, they render threats, and ridicule their fellow colleagues, understand, or their age grades. They tend to force them to do things that they are not. And maybe if you are a person that, let me say you are an introvert, you don't have persons you confine in, or you're this kind of a child that has been brought up that you're always silent to yourself, you feel less of yourself, maybe physically you are not that strong, and so on and so forth. You tend to see this particular person bullying you at every point in time. It is very, very draining. The next is social bullying. I think this has to do with rumors and embarrassment. Most times, some people do not really know the actual thing, but based on the fact they want to drag you online, most especially online, socially, they try to see how they will call you out for things that are not even real. So I think that is another one that is very, very disheartening, and it also goes down to the mental bullying, because once you're dragged out socially or online, it is not physical, it has to do with your mental health, and it is very, very bad. The next one is psychological bullying, which has to do with manipulation and mind games. I think this happens to those persons who are very, very fragile and feeble, that cannot really make decisions. Most times they are manipulated and they are talked in, they have mind games that run around them, and before you know, they try to see themselves deviating from the originality of themselves, going into another place or another space at a particular time. The next one is institutional bullying. I think this happens within organizations, whereby you tend to see some persons coming together, forming a bond to see how they can oppress how they can impress and suppress so many persons who maybe not be willing or to join, should I use the word, permit me to use the word, their cartel, understand? We try to see this particular set of bullies in organization. I think these are the few that we have: verbal, social, psychological, and institutional bullying.
Okay, let me also add to that. We have cyberbullying as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, on cyberbullying, this has to do with the online harassment, and then we talk down on people on social media space, and then not minding the effect of all what this thing can cause to the victim.
Okay.
Not minding how far these words or this cyber kind of embarrassment or harassment can travel deep down into the mind or the heart of the victim. We also have religious bullying, just like you mentioned. In this case, this is where people use citations like Bible references.
I'm still coming to that. Now we are talking on types of bullying, and I have seen that he looked at like the mental part of it. So we are still coming to the religious part of it. But first and foremost, I'd like for you made mention of, mind games, which has to do, thank you very much, Sister Stella, which has to do with people who are unable to make decisions by themselves.
That has to do with psychological bullying.
Yeah, I would like to, for you to, make it, like broaden it a little.
All right, as I said earlier, psychological bullying, which has to do with manipulation and mind games. There are these sets of people that God has also created that they feel they have to make some persons feel inferior. They take delight, let me use the word, they take delight in changing people's decision, people's narrative. They make you see less of yourself. They believe that you have to do their bidding. So at some point in time, they tend to turn you, they manipulate you, they sweet talk you, they play all sorts of tricks around your mind. At the same time, they now own your mind. You are not the owner of your mind. They make you to understand that you must listen to them, you must do their biddings. And at the tail end, most times this does not come out positive. On a scale of 1 to 100, on 70%, it does not come out well, because they may be making you to do all their evil threats, understand, are using you as their tool to carry out to carry out all their evil threats. At the end of the day, you may see yourself being the one that is victimized. They may just move scot-free. Imagine you being in the place whereby you're told that if you do not steal, you will not get this, you will not get, and at the end of the day, if you're being caught, you are the one that is being victimized. They will just walk out free, and after all, they were not the one, but they had to play tricks on you, work on your mind game. So I think this is one, there are so many persons who are very good at this. It is nice to be a sweet talker, but I think it is not good for you to sweet talk people into problem. You can also sweet talk people into getting success. You can also sweet talk people or changing their minds into achieving positive goals. But most times we tend to see most persons try to sweet talk people for their own personal gain and their own personal benefit.
All right, thank you so very much. Speaking on that, I think I kind of, it drew my attention, when you made mention of that, because actually I've seen some people who are victims of this very circumstance here. And when it happened, and I heard something like, are you a child? So does it mean if I ask you to put your hand in the fire, you would? Or is it that you were so senseless, I'm sorry to use that word, to realize that what you were doing was not right? But in the other hand, if you want to look at the other side of the coin, this person was just being submissive. And what's the other word? You were trying to be loyal. Yes, you were trying to be loyal and nothing else. And then the other person, if you look at the other coin, this person was taking advantage of the other side's loyalty, and then this person at the other side was just being loyal and nice, which is very, very okay. So I feel like you taking advantage of good people is very bad, because if that continues, I feel like you are going to you just successfully corrupt their minds, and they are going to play it on you, sincerely speaking. They are going to carry it out on you, maybe sooner or later, because you actually taught them this way of life. So that's not all. We are still Sister Stella here will also give us forms of religious bullying.
Forms of religious bullying. Okay, one of which is using citations to talk down on people. most times maybe if someone's particular lifestyle does not really suit your kind of person, there's this saying that we all are sinners, but we choose to judge people because we choose to judge people because from, like, how did everyone we are all sinners, or we are all sinners, but we just choose to judge people regarding the kind of sin that, okay, now let's say for instance they sin differently. Let's say we do not steal. That's one sin we do not commit, for instance, and then you find someone who steals it, you just tend to judge and judge and judge that person simply because you do not steal. That does not make you a saint anyways. You still have your own sin. That you choose not to steal does not mean you are not a sinner. So that's what you're trying to say. There are situations like religious bullying. There are situations where you find yourself in a denomination where the preacher man preaches so well that he deviates from the main topic of discourse, from the main theme of that day's gospel, and then you just want to turn the whole preaching into backlashing, talking about what you're supposed to be doing, all of those kind of funny kind of preaching, you know. So it really does not go well with most of the members. That's why you see most times you just tend to lose membership. Before you know, today's Sunday we had like 100 members. The following Sunday you see reduction or deduction. You see like 20. You'll be asking yourself, didn't we do well? What was anointing not spiritual enough? Was this not knowing that the words you used, it could be that you were saying the right thing, but the way and manner you put your words, or maybe the scenario or you didn't just use those words correctly. You get, there are situations or there are ways or there are manners you can as well correct someone, and then you correct with love, and then you can make that person withdraw from his or her actions, rather than just going to the pulpit and then at the end of you can even go ahead to even mention the person's name because you are trying to preach a particular gospel from a particular portion or version of the Bible, and then you're just doing things. I don't know, I'm trying to picture a particular scenario, but that's just off camera. So one of the forms is using the gospel to bring down or to talk down on people's actions or people's character, simply because you are not doing that thing does not mean you are a saint. So that's one major form of religious bullying.
Okay. Bro Eric, do you want to add up? Okay, I know there are lots of other, forms.
Yeah, I think one particular one that is very common amongst religious worshippers is discrimination. Okay. Yeah, this is very alarming that as religious worshippers we tend to discriminate a lot, and this has caused chaos. It has caused a lot of havoc. It has caused the fact that we do not even at some point believe that we are supposed to be worshiping God to gain salvation. It has made us understand that we have different sense of worshiping God. Discrimination in religious worshiping is very, very alarming.
Very high.
Yes. Imagine growing up as a child when I was much more younger, very innocent and very had a very free spirit. And you understand, as a child growing up, you are open to harm, understand, but being the fact that you are free, God always takes charge and protects you. So imagine you growing up as a child, and there is a faith that you have been given to by grace of God. You have been shown the light, and people tend, at a tender age, you see people that are older than you, they tend to discriminate. You go to a particular place, if maybe they're using a particular chair, and once you appear, they tend to clean the chair. People do not want to sit around you. Where they are eating, people stand up, they don't want to eat with you. Maybe they are going to somewhere, they leave you behind. Either you're walking in front or you're walking behind. These things are very, very draining, and we find this mostly around religious worshippers. It now looks as if we have something we are competing for, which is very, very wrong. And as such, this can create a very great drain in causing mental bullying. I think I'll go to that point, because there is no physical damage at this point. You're not seeing anything physical where you can say you want to work on or heal the person, but there is something going on in the person's mind. At this point in time, we can also go back to the aspect of psychological bullying, which I said it can also be having mind games. This point now, nobody's talking to you, but the fact that discrimination, yes, discrimination is playing, so you can be having mind games. Am I really in the right place? At this particular point in time, before you know it, you'll be having so many weird ideas coming to your head, because discrimination is something that is very, very bad, and as such, it should not be encouraged. And I think that can also lead to shaming. Yes, because once discrimination sets in, you start seeing the fact that if you are not strong in your faith, you will start having the aspect of feeling ashamed. You will not want to come out. People will start seeing you indoors. You suddenly turn to an introvert. All of a sudden, you start becoming silent and so on and so forth. So many persons will not know what and what is going through your mind. If you do not have good guidance and counseling at that particular point in time, before you know, that person can turn to a weapon of destruction. This is what happens.
A rebel.
Yes, this is what happens when we encourage religious bullying. One of it is discrimination. And I think another one which we all faced, I think, is verbal attacks. This is common amongst this side of the world we find ourselves. Understand, you'll be moving and you're going to church based on the fact that you do not understand this concept. Why not come and seek clarity? Why not ask the person, why do you go barefooted? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Because it is something strange from what you believe in. You tend to send out verbal attacks because of the fact that, okay, we have laws that says maybe if you attack somebody, we have freedom of worship, understand? So if you attack somebody, you can be sued by the laws that is surrounding the land. So you tend to use verbal attack and start abusing the person, calling the person all sorts of names. You tend to see children gathering, making noise, even adults trying to send out bad gestures. This is very, very bad among religious bullying, and I think in this part of the world it is really, 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 really alarming. And as such, this can always lead to mental bullying. And I see mental bullying as the height of it, the highest bullying. Because once there's physical bullying, at some point in time, a child can stand up, a man can man up, a woman can, should I say, also man up, can also say man up and try to fight and go physical. But you see the mental aspect. Once it's draining you, you do not have somebody who can picture out on time and give you those guidance and counseling. You just see yourself diminishing gradually, and you have gone into thin air in your mind, and you will not be able to stand out. So we are here telling our audience that we should not encourage religious bullying. We are entitled to our faith, and as such, we should all respect that.
All right, thank you so very much. So just in case you are just tuning in, this is still the Morning Star Breakfast Show, and we are talking, we are discussing bullying. I like to say that this is a very vast topic because over time, a lot of people have lost things. They have lost a lot of loved ones to bullying, and this has really changed them like drastically. Now, speaking on religious types of the forms of religious bullying you mentioned, you've talked about verbal bullying,
Attacks, yes.
yeah, verbal attacks. I like to throw a little light on that, yeah, because oftentimes I have seen people being talked down, like, you are not active, but I am active. Do you understand? Maybe there is something keeping this person from doing a particular thing, or maybe this person is doing a particular thing and is not bringing it to light because it is said that like we are in a spiritual kingdom, yeah. So then, what you do is just seen by you and God. What other people, I don't know if you're understanding where I'm coming from. And so you go physical with this person, like you want to go verbal, bullying the person. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do this, you know, just because maybe you have the opportunity and you have so much time by your side, forgetting that there is time for everything. Maybe once upon a time, there was a lot of time. Let's say you were given 24 hours, not like, I am talking about 24 hours because I'm like citing an example here, not for your life, but you were given an entire day to do all you want to do, like around a particular place. So anyhow you want to do it, or let me say 48 hours instead, because I think there is more time there. So you were given 48 hours to do a lot of things because you will be presented with another thing that will take more of your time. It will require your attention. It will require your presence, everything. Like, it might even require your entire you, if you know what I'm saying, you know. So then the other person not knowing that this is what is happening will just be like, this person is not doing what they're supposed to do. I feel like it is very, very bad, you know. You like bullying another person, like it's not like you are going out like let everybody know that this is what you're actually doing, but you are like you talked about mind games. You're playing, you're kind of going that way. You're doing like you're draining the person mentally with your actions and most of the things you say, not directly. This is very, very bad, and we should discourage this, because this has caused a lot of people to go home. This has caused a lot of people to, this has like changed a lot of people's, you know, whole idea. So we should discourage this already, knowing that like everybody do what they do them, you know, they do what they are supposed to do, and nobody is lazy. Sincerely speaking, there is no lazy man. So with that being said, let us quickly let's look at the signs of mental and religious bullying. At what point do you see signs coming? Like, I don't know how to really put it, but Sister Stella, do you think there are signs to mental and religious bullying? You might want to choose one, maybe religious or mental.
Of course, there are signs to both religious and mental. At some point, they are intertwined, because if you're bullied religiously or bullied mentally, they are still interconnected. Yeah. So I'll just pick all at random. One of which is self-blame.
Okay.
One of which is self-blame or feeling worthless. If you're this person who maybe you grew up in a space or in a society where you're not wanted, or okay, let's say in a family of 5, for instance, you are the only child that feels like whatever you do is not appreciated, whatever results,
the rare breed.
Okay, rare breed. If you come back with, okay, let's say you are the oldest, for instance, and then out of 5, 4 kids or your 4 other siblings, they're always coming back with good results, and then you are the only one who comes back with a semi-bad result, for instance, and then you'll be like, your parent will be like, see your siblings, they're always coming back with good results, always trying to make comparisons and all of that. There's like, you feel like there's nothing you do that is being appreciated. Most times you feel worthless. Most times you'll be like, am I really doing enough? Am I really, are they really my parents? Am I really a child from this family? You keep asking yourself so many unanswered questions. So one of those effects or signs of bullying or religious or generalize or to draw conclusions that you are a very dumb student, that's why you're always coming back with bad results and all of that. Because of that,
we'll go into depression.
Feeling unworthy is one of those signs of both mental and religious bullying. Another one is withdrawing from social life. I had also mentioned it, where, okay, now let's say in a society, or you grew up again in a family where they don't appreciate you socializing. They always want you to feel or to be inside every now and then. Okay, the only time you have opportunity to look outside or maybe to stay outside for maybe few hours is maybe when you go to school, or if there's church activity, you just, aside that, you're supposed to be inside. Those kind of children, most times, not all, most times they just tend to always be on their selves, like by themselves alone. They don't have this feeling of relating with people. They don't even know how to make friends. They don't know how to socialize. And then aside that, let me use myself as an instance. Growing up, and I think that was back then in my secondary school days, there was this girl. I think she was like the biggest, not like age-wise, she was the oldest, I don't know, but she was like the biggest in her class then.
Via size.
If you see her body size then, if you see her coming, you know that yes, she's coming. And then little me, that girl, she just, like, she takes play, like she derives pleasure in just fighting people. Like, you just be sitting down, maybe studying or maybe discussing with friends. You just come and collect your beret or collect something from you just to know that yes, Imo is in class. So because of that, I just tend to, whenever I sight Imo coming into the class, I'll just change. It's either I'll go to the lab or I'll just find something irrelevant or something I did just want to do at that point in time, just so I can just, leave the space or the classroom for him more because
Funny,
she
no,
just
these bullies will definitely, they will find you. They will get.
they will definitely find you
Because
whether
they
or
know you
not-
are scared of them.
Good. That is another thing. Whether or not you have done anything bad to them, or maybe you have stepped on their toes or not, they'll just still want to say or do something to you just to make you feel uncomfortable, and then make them feel like, yeah, they are the heroes or all of that. So all of those kind of things, those periods of isolation, depression, extreme, I'll just call that extreme introverts. If there's anything like that, will just come in. So I think those are the few forms of mental and religious bullying.
Signs.
Or signs, rather, I can handpick.
Okay, thank you very much. Bro Eric, do you want to add up?
I think Sister Stella already said everything. One thing I would just add is that at some point we'll start seeing visible discomfort. You know, the comfort of every man is very, very important. And at some point in time, you will see it clearly that this particular person is not comfortable any longer. Once there are people in it, if the person is not accepted in social spaces, religious backgrounds, and so on and so forth, once the person tends to see people, there is no comfortability. He finds solace in quietness. And it is said, the devil's workshop is an idle man. That is the simple truth. Once the person is too quiet, always to himself, there is tendency that this person will be cooking something that will not be
They
pleasing.
will start rebelling, right?
I'm telling you, it will not be pleasing to the consumption of the community. And you understand, once a food is served that is poisonous to the community, everybody will get contaminated. It's going to affect everybody. So I think we should get this at the back of our minds, understanding that if you're chanting for bullying, either mentally or otherwise, it might not come to you directly, to come to your environment. And anything that happens to the environment is going to happen to you. Imagine someone who loves being social, who loves encouragement a lot, and all of a sudden, maybe he wants to speak, he's being shut down. He wants to do this, he's shut down. Everywhere he goes, there's no support from the family, there's no support from the church. In the school where he goes, there's always trouble. Social gatherings, there's always trouble. He wants to play with kids. This people, they are taking away their kids. He's always alone. What do you think will be running through that person's mind? Once that person goes indoors, maybe he's a child, you tend to see that as a child, you start exhibiting some funny characters. And once these funny characters metamorphose into something beautiful, imaginable, ready for unveiling and launching, once it goes into the society, it is going to be disastrous. So we should try to see how we can stop the bullying.
All right. Thank you so very much. So if you're watching us right now, say no to bullying. This bullying happens everywhere, and it happens every day. So pay attention to what if they come back complaining that something is actually happening. I feel you should call their caregivers. Ask them what's happening around them, so they don't get to take decisions on their own. According to Bro Eric, the devil's mind is is it an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So they don't get to do this on their own, because I feel like if they are being rejected everywhere, like they walk up to you, they tell you what they are going through, and you just keep posting them, telling them that they are old enough to make decisions, they are old enough to stand up to their rights, and the rest, you never can tell the might of a child, honestly speaking. So they might just go there, cook something, and maybe they want to command the respect they never had. They want to command power, respect, they want to be influential, and they might want to do it the wrong way, which might, tomorrow become a menace to you as a parent, and then talk more of the society. They will become a serious problem. So we are not done with this topic, but for now we'll be going on a short break. Do well to send in what you think about this topic to our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. Also know that our phone number is displayed on the screen. Our line is officially on, so you might want to call in to give us your 1 cent of what you think about this topic, or send an SMS. For now, we're going on a short break. When we come back, Morning Star Breakfast Show continues.
Let your light shine out bright through the darkened wall, so that people be saved through the light in you. Representing Little Lumba, we must do the right. Don't let people blaspheme him because of you. Because we are ambassadors of Christ, you know, chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference.
We must prove to the world we are gospel bearers. We belong to line of tribe of Judah. We must give helping hands to less privileged. We must preach this gospel to that dying world. Because we are ambassadors of Olumba Obu, chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of our Father. Let's be the difference.
We must go to Macedonia and preach the word. We must go to Pakistan and stop the war. We must let Israel know He's in Africa. We must tell the Greece and Australia. Because we are ambassadors of Olumba Obu. Yes, we are chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Oh yes, representing Little Lumba with His gospel of His gospel. Let's be the difference. Oh, let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be giving helping hands to each other. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of let's be the difference. Let's of this world is made the kingdom of God and His Christ. Amen. Olumba, thy reign endureth forevermore. We have one King who in His supremacy reigneth forever. Amen. Olumba, thy reign endureth forevermore. A new law and kingdom, love ye one another, He giveth. Amen. Olumba, thy reign endureth forevermore. The Lion of Judah.
I say on that day, chains shall fall, yokes shall be broken, ancient burdens shall be lifted.
Forevermore. Thy sight we do not walk, may thou pity our weakness.
Father, thank you, Olumba, for what you've done. Thank you immensely because your presence in Abia State has taken away all sorrow, all lamentation, and all prayer answered in the name of Lord Jesus Christ.
Everywhere was fully charged in the spirit, and it has never happened before. So we are very happy, and the sick has been healed.
The endurer of human characters, the perfecter of love, super diplomat.
Amen. Olumba, thy reign endureth forever.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you are still watching the Morning Star Breakfast Show brought to you by Starcross Television. Before we went on that short break where we have been talking about bullying, both religious and mental bullying, and so far we've looked at definition, we've looked at the types and the signs of mental bullying, and so right about now we are going to be looking at the effect of bullying on victims. So to take it off, I would like Bro Eric to bring us in.
All right, thank you so much. Now, some of the effects experienced, most of the things we have already said. I think we already spoke about engagement, which has to do with leaving those particular things maybe a person is fond of. It has to do with withdrawal of activities, maybe within a community, within a gathering. You tend to see these persons do not attend particular activities, maybe his friends or the set of persons who are bullying that particular person. It could be social activities, it could be religious activities, educational activities. As the case may be, one of those things, another effect of bullying on victims, I think, is expressing of belief. At this particular point in time, you have been shrinked, your personality might have been tampered upon, and at some point in time, you will not feel comfortable to express anything at all. Low esteem is going to come in. You feel less of yourself. It only takes self-esteem. Yes, low self-esteem. Thank you. It only takes divine intervention and somebody who really care about you, or maybe someone who must have undergone bullying and have gotten a way out. Maybe if that person comes into your life and you have a little bit of guidance and counseling, because counseling comes a long way. Because at this particular point in time, when this victim is facing or undergoing bullying, it takes a lot for the person to even try to speak out, because a lot of fear have been instilled into this particular person. Mm-hmm. This is one thing that the people that are bullying, they try to put into you. They put in a lot of fear. You will see that at this point in time, you are not yourself. You see the bully's reflection every time. Even when you are sleeping, you are seeing
You see them by trance.
If you're eating, you're feeling their presence around you. They have instilled in a lot of fear. And they'll make you understand that even if you talk to somebody, nobody can help you. So you will just be dealing with that particular thing that, what is the need for me to speak to someone when already no one can help me? They make you believe that no one can help you around you. So at that particular point in time, you've lost your, you've gotten low self-esteem.
And that's very common in secondary schools, boarding schools specifically, because my brother attended secondary school, and from the little we heard, this is very high there, because they make you think that if you talk, I don't know how it is in today's boarding school schools. Let me say that, but in time past, it was. I don't know which other I don't know how to paint the word, but it wasn't nice at all. They make you believe that you just have to seal up. You know, you have no right to speak. Otherwise, you still come back to meet them, and they would even make it more harder for you.
All right. I think another aspect where the victims they undergo is emotional stress and sadness. We will understand the fact that once you have been bullied, you try to see that emotionally you will not be balanced, you will be very, very sad. Sometimes you tend to see some persons crying inwardly. When you ask them what is going on, they cannot tell you. You see them always sad, you see them sorrowful at every point in time, but they cannot speak up. These are the few effects on the victims who have encountered bullying.
Okay, thank you very much. Sister Stella, do you want to add up?
Okay, Brother Eric has said a whole lot. He has made mention of depression, anxiety, and all of that. And then there's another thing called post-traumatic stress disorder. When someone is bullied. Now, this bullying we're talking about, sometimes, just like we had mentioned, it's not just about physical bullying.
Yeah.
Yes, it can. Let's look at the angle of molestation, where, for instance, a young girl is molested, and this happens. It's more like a daily occurrence, and this child, just like you have mentioned, there's nobody to help you. Don't tell anybody. If you tell anybody, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
All those kind of harmful words. So because of that, the victim will always want to be self-engulfed. Like the victim will always want to be on her own or his own, as it, because it's always a two-way thing, not just a particular gender. The victim will always, like, he or she will not be able to open up to tell someone, okay, this is what this person is doing to me, this is what I am going through. And because of that, that trauma will always be there. He or she will even take that thing to even when he is of age. Do you get? It's an occurrence that it's still happening in this modern day. Like, I was opportune to hear a child, I think, was it on phone? Like, was it like a neighbor or so? She was like crying bitterly. Oh my goodness. She was like crying bitterly, and I kept asking myself, why is this girl, she was on phone, why is this girl crying like this? So I was able to like eavesdrop, and then I heard some few words. She was trying to tell someone what had happened in her past. So that was what made her, or that's maybe she had changed, or maybe she had been able to grow past that trauma or something. So that was what made her to behave the way she had been behaving over the years. I was like, most times it's not always good to judge people. When you see someone acting in a particular way, you just judge them and then gaslight them, and then you just tag them names. You should be able to ask questions and then know why this person is behaving like this. What am I trying to say in essence? This girl in question was going through a lot.
Yes, a lot.
But so many persons...
Was she being abused?
Yes, but so many persons didn't actually know why she was behaving the way she was behaving, even at the age she is currently. We just had to, including myself, we just had to give a general conclusion that is how she is. Do you get? Not knowing that she had actually gone through a whole lot of things. So I just had to pinch myself when I heard I was able to be opportune to hear a little of her conversation. I was like, it is not too good to just draw conclusions on people when you see someone acting in a certain way. Most times, it's always good to put yourself in this person's shoes, ask questions. Why are you behaving like this? And maybe if he or she is comfortable relating these stories or issues with you, then you get to know why they are behaving in a certain way. So most of this mental bullying, religious bullying, whatever kind of form of bullying, it leads to this post-traumatic stress disorder. So it is something very, very, how should I call it? It's something not good at all. It is, so it can destroy someone's life to a very large extent. So that's how far I can go. I wouldn't want to go deep. Of course. Of course, I wouldn't want to go deep into it. I'm getting emotional
so very
at some
much,
point.
and I'm having goosebumps as well because I don't know the girl, but I have just here tried to put myself in her shoes, and I'm honestly, I wish you could see I'm having goosebumps already. So if you have somebody around you in some kind of way, you shouldn't jump into conclusion because there a lot is happening, you know. So you need to calm down, go down, stoop to their level, and ask them what the problem, ensuring them that you're never going to let it out, but you are going to prefer solution. But if you're not going to prefer solution, please let them be. If you're just going to go there, you know, spread it in the market, and then, you know, make them feel stigmatized or discriminated, let them be, all right? They will be fine. But if you're going to prefer solution, please do so, all right, and help people, because tomorrow it might be your own turn, or somebody close to you, maybe in a very far place that you cannot go and help the person, but another person, God is going to manifest in another person to help your own person. That is how it works. So let's look at the very last one, which is, let me bring in Brother Eric. Do you think there are ways one can break free from being bullied without being physical? And what I'm saying, when I talk about physical, I'm talking about, you know, exchanging, like maybe verbally, fighting the person verbally, or exchanging muzzles. You know.
If you look at the physical bullying, I think it is quite much more easy, because at some point, I said earlier, you may one day want to man up. As a woman, you either want to man up also and try to see how you can fight physically. But the aspect of mental bullying, it is something that needs a support system for you to get out of that. It is a reflection of what has happened. It will keep occurring like a nightmare in front of you. So if you do not have a support system for most especially your family is very, very important.
What if they are not in support? Sister Stella said something here, that some kids go solo because they go quiet because they are tired of explaining themselves. You know, their own parents are actually their own bullies.
That is what I'm trying to say, that for you to break free, you must have support system from one, your family. Your family is the most important thing on planet Earth. From your family, from your friends. Also, you can have support from either your teacher, if you have a good teacher, because the world is also mysterious. If you have a good teacher or a good Sabbath handler, yes, you can also break free, which you can trust. These are the persons that I think that are more closer to you, your family, your teacher, good friends. These are the persons you need a support system. That's the most important thing. If you do not have a support system, you cannot go out. Your support system is going to bring forth what we'll say comfortability for you to speak up.
And but Eric, I don't mean to stop you, but what if this person is actually the one helping you out financially and otherwise? How do you break free from the same person?
Like
knowing fully well that you are in fact, you're going to be finished if you want to stand up to your rights.
The person you are trying to break out from is the person that is helping you out financially. And still bullying you. And let me just go straight to the word, molesting you, most especially if it is a woman, for example.
I'm not talking about molestation here. We're talking about bullying.
Yes.
So this person is
I'm just trying to be specific. Let me just assume it is molestation. It still boils down to the same thing I'm trying to say. You must have a support system that you can rely on. Because if you don't have a support system you can rely on, it will take you to the next thing. You cannot speak out.
And you might harm yourself.
Definitely. The changes will definitely come. The people who love you will definitely know that you were once a very jovial, agile, energetic, and free spirit child. and all of a sudden you have changed, you're always confined. A person who does not care about you will not ask you, why are you sad? Why are you confined? Why are you always indoors? You tend to see that changes. I said there will be no comfortability around that point. Sorry, there will be no comfort around that point. You try to see yourself every time. If you go inside your room, you lock your door. So the persons who care about you will always come around to ask you, what is wrong? We are not seeing you. It will definitely start from the family. What is wrong? Why are you not coming out to eat breakfast with us? Or why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? Once they cannot be able to provide solutions, they try to reach out maybe to your close friends who are close to you. You start seeing that the system is building up. You try to see if it's your Sabbath teacher that has access to you. The system will be very beautiful and amazing. This is when you can be able to speak up. If there is no suitable system around you, you cannot be able to speak up. So the first thing is an enabling environment, which is a very good system, and speaking up. Once you try to speak up, it will not be easy for you to speak up. You have to be persuaded. They have to take it easy on you. The person is listening to you. The support system does not have to be judgmental, because at some point it's not really your fault. Maybe you were dragged or lured into it. Understand?
Circumstances.
Yes, yeah, I would say circumstances at some point, but I will not really agree circumstances. Understand? If it's avoidable, you can avoid it. But if it's not avoidable, I understand. But I believe most times you can be lured into this particular point, in particular act. Now, at this point in time, once you have been able to try to speak up and you have the support from your family and your friends, it will give you that confidence to want to fight.
Strong courage.
Yes, you will spike out and say, okay, let bygone be bygone. Let me try and see how I can rebuild my life afresh, and they will try to encourage you. So I think these three things is important. Having a good support system where you have comfortability, then you can speak up and have confidence. There are chances that you can change. Remember, a scar which is there on a child's heart or physically, however it may be, once you have reflection, and if it is very, very bad, it is also your choice also for you to move away from it. Sometimes these scars can create a very devilish mindset in the bearer, that he or she will want to revenge. It might not be able to revenge to you, the person who has inflicted this victim. It might be able to revenge to your children, your close ones, friends, and so on and so forth. So it is also a choice at that particular point in time to see how you can be able to live, because going back to revenge will definitely cause destruction.
Okay, thank you so very much. Be on the know that the scar he is talking about is a representation of bullying, or maybe the hurtful things, or the hurtful things another person said to you, or the things they did to you. Those are the scars left to keep hurting this child, because when it comes like a reflection, the child will be like, how on earth was I able to stand this? I should have I should have confronted this person. And you see that anger it's I feel like it is coming like a wave, an outrageous wave ready to swallow maybe a canoe or something. Such a person is so dangerous. So I feel like you shouldn't push somebody to that extent, because remember, you also have your own offspring, and we are not going, nobody is assured of living forever. At some point we are going to leave the stage for other people to come on stage and do what they are able, or what God has sent them to do, and you are not going along with the offsprings you brought forth. You might even leave them in the hands of these people you once changed via bullying. I don't know, Sister Stella, if you have anything to add up to ways one could break free from bullying.
Okay, before I add up, you asked a question while Eric was still on course. You said, what if this person is the victim's sponsor?
Yeah.
And then you just can't speak up, because if maybe you speak up, everything is gone. Maybe he's the one seeing you through school. So that means there'll be no sponsor for you anymore. In a nutshell,
not just school. Maybe
I'm just using that for instance.
Okay.
Let's say he is sponsoring you or seeing you through school. Yeah. Then he is also bullying you in the process, and you just can't speak up, because if you do, school has ended for you. That was just an instance. If you cannot, except maybe you're enjoying the process, you're enjoying the bully, you're enjoying the action, you're enjoying everything this person is doing to you, you are okay with it. Do you get? If you're not, it is okay for you to speak up. God used this person to see you through school, and he is also using that opportunity to bully you.
That's why I had to use the word molestation. It is common.
Yeah, it is common. Yeah, it is common. If you don't want to speak out, so simply because he is the one seeing you through school, so if you do, everything has ended for you and all of that, that means you're enjoying whatever that is happening to you. You're giving the person the go ahead to continue. Do you get? If this person is using that singular opportunity because he or she is seeing you through school, he wants to use the opportunity to do whatever he feels is right for him to do to you, and you now being the victim, you do not want to speak out simply because it's going to be at your detriment. You no longer go to school and all of that. God, don't you think that if you speak out, maybe there might be a way out for you to even further yourself more if this person is no longer in the picture? Number one, maybe that God's going to bring a better hand to see you through school. And then number two, you are free from this person's bully. So it's okay for you to speak up. Just speak out. Do not just
and what if Bro Eric said something here that you need to confide, you need a family background, friends, or you made mention of
support system,
Sabbath, maybe handler or something. So now the people you have gone to meet, they already know your background, and then they have advised you to just endure, because maybe, let's take for instance, you are undergoing a 4-year course, and then you are already in your 300 level. They know your background, they know that nothing gone, you understand, and then here there is somebody, maybe he or she helping you out, and they are the ones advising you to stay calm. What are you going to do, Sister Stella?
Well, in the midst of your family members, your friends, your Sabbath handler, whoever, all of those support systems you've mentioned, I dare you that it is not everybody that will ask you to endure. So many persons, let's say out of all these persons you have mentioned, maybe like they are 10 in number. 2 or 3 will want to put themselves in your shoes. They'll be like, no, do not. If 7 will want to
they
ask
will
you
even
to
ask
endure.
you, is this what you have been going through? Because everybody will be shocked to even hear that kind of thing.
Not everyone will ask you to endure, and you yourself, you know what you want for yourself. You know that you're not enjoying whatever this person is doing to you. You would want to key into the part where this person is advising you to take a walk or say something. Go for a therapy session, speak to somebody that will definitely not all of these 10 persons will ask you to endure. Do you get? So at the end of the day, you are the victim. You are the one that is putting on the issue, that is pinching you so hard,
and not your advisors.
And not advisors, thank you. So you know when and where and how to walk out of the situation. Trust me, there's definitely going to be someone out there that will want to say, okay, since you are already in your 300 level, let me see you through the remaining 100, what is it called?
Final year.
Final year, and that is that. And that person is not even out for bullying you or something. There's definitely going to be light at the end of the tunnel if you're able to speak out.
Okay, thank you so very much. I told you sometimes we disagree to agree, and I have this to say based on Sister Stella's stand on this, ways to break free from bullies, and that is if you bring forth a dirty jar, you cannot, if your eyes are so clear and you are sane, you cannot pour a clean wine into a dirty jar. If you know what I'm saying, you would need to clean that jar to be able to pour a clean jar. What I'm trying to say is that if you are watching us and you feel that you are a victim, you need to break free. Honestly, because if you do not clean that jar, if you do not purge yourself, you cannot, the new you cannot come in. And if you do not break free from the old things, the new, I don't know how to be the helper might not even surface because you're still holding on to the other one you think is perfect, is the best. I don't know, a lot of people have lost their lives in the process. I mean, this happens even in some marital homes. I know I am not fit to talk about this because I have not tested that yet, but somehow we've seen it on the social media where some people have to endure, and because they are enduring, they tend to die in the process, because they were like, it go better, and the next thing they are gone for good, and the only thing we have here is just the morals, which I am sharing with you right now. So sometimes if it does not sit well with you, you need to decide for yourself to make a stand, shift, and then you see God in action. But if you keep holding on to that which is hurting it. Therefore means that you do not trust the God you worship. You do not trust the one that created you. All right, with that being said, we'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, we will be having Today in History. Please stay with us.
BCS Music.
When you're far away from home and your candlelight is low, stars will see you through, for you are not alone. You've lost the way to go, it's not the end of the road. Lights will guide you home, I'll always stand by you, and I will be your friend. When the road is rough and cold, you'll never walk alone in this evil world of sin. And I will lead the way and ignite your candle flames. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget the road that leads you home. Don't forget there is a candle you hold. Stars will guide you home, they will guide you home. I'll always stand by you. Don't forget, the Lord is your stronghold. He's your anchor when your candle is low. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. In this journey of life, my words should guide your heart. Come rain or sunshine, I'll always stand by you. In the registry of life, we must go through pain for gain. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you, and I will be your friend. When the road is rough and cold, you'll never walk alone in this evil world of sin. I will lead the way and ignite a candle flames. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget, so don't forget, road that leads you home. And don't forget, there is a candle you hold. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget, the Lord is your stronghold. He's your anchor when your candle is low. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you.
When darkness falls and fears arise.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still the Morning Star Breakfast Show, brought to you by Starcross Television. I am still your host, Ruth Obu, and earlier today we're talking on bully, and right about now we are on to the next segment for today, which is Today in History, and that would be anchored by Sister Ibi Mabore, Rex, Angela. Good morning.
Good morning, Sister Ruth.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
And we still have Sister Stella Obi now with us. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Over to you.
Thank you very much, Sister Ruth Obo, and good morning to our beloved audience. Yes, now it's time for Today in History / infotainment, and we'll go straight to what we have for you. Remember, infotainment is meant for you, our audience. So if you have any wonderful information or any activities that is going on in BCS via local level to the international, you can do well to send us your information on time so that we can also announce or even pass out this information to our beloved members. So let's go straight to infotainment and Today in History for you. So moving to today in history, number 1 on our list here is the National Bubble Wrap Day. Commemorate one of the most unexpected transformative invention of modern industrial age, bubble wrap. The material was invented in the year 1957 by the American engineers Alfred Fielding and Mack, originally intended as a 3-dimensional plastic wallpaper to modernize interior design. The idea failed to attract buyers. Rather than discard the invention, the creator repurposed it, leading it to its adoption as a protective packaging material by the early 1960s. Bubble wrap revolutionized the global shipping and logistics by reducing product damage, minimizing loss, and also lowering transportation costs. Its invention coincided with the rapid growth of consumers' electronics, fragile medical equipment, and international trade, making it indispensable. Beyond industry, bubble wrap has become a cultural phenomenon associated with stress relief, sensory antioxidant, vitamins, and minerals. The Green Juice Day represents the global shift as plant-based diets are linked to reduce carbon footprints. It also encourages individuals to reconnect with nature through nutrition and make informed lifestyle choices that support long-term well-being. Moving forward, we also have here National Spouses Day. Is dedicated to honoring partnership, sacrifice, and mutual support shared between married couples. Unlike anniversary that celebrates milestones, this day focuses on daily commitment, emotional resilience, and shared responsibility. Marriage plays a fundamental role in family stability, child development, emotional health, and social cohesion. This observance highlights the importance of communication, respect, and unity within marriages, especially in an era marked by fast-paced lifestyle and societal pressure. It also recognizes spouses as partners in nation building, economic growth, and moral development. Moving forward, we also have here the International Day of Clean Energy, celebrated in the United States. The International Day established by the United Nations, the International Day of Clean Energy was established to underscore the urgent global need to transition from fossil fuel to renewable, affordable, and sustainable energy sources. Energy production is one of the largest contributors to climate change. This observance promotes solar, wind, hydro, and bioenergy as tools for reducing greenhouse gas emission, improving air quality, and also expanding energy access. Initially, especially in underserved region, it aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, also emphasizing energy as a driver of economic empowerment, peace, and environmental protection. Moving forward, we also have here Dental Drill Appreciation Day. It recognizes the invention and advancement of dental drill, a tool that transformed oral health care. Early version dates back to the 18th century, but modern electric drills significantly improved precision and reduced pain. The dental drill represent progress in medical technology, patient comfort, and preventive healthcare. This day also acknowledges dental professionals whose work improves quality of life, prevents systematic disease linked to oral health, and promote public awareness of hygiene and regular dental care. Moving forward, we also have the International Customs Day. The World Customs Organization Cooperation Council, this day marked the first meeting of the Customs Cooperation Council in the year 1953, which later became the World Customs Organization. Customs administration facilitates international trade and also generates national revenue, combating smuggling, prevent terrorism, and also protect cultural heritage. In a global economy,
Custom officers serve as gatekeepers of national security and economic stability. The observance promotes international cooperation, transparency, and modernization of customs system. Moving forward, we also have here World Environmental Education Day. The day also emphasizes the importance of education as a tool for environmental protection and sustainable development. Environmental education fosters the awareness about climate change, biodiversity loss, pollution, and resource conservation. It also empowers individuals to make informed decisions and encourage government, schools, and communities to integrate sustainability into policy and curricula. The day reinforces the idea that protecting the planet begins with informed minds. Moving forward, we also have here the Indian Republic Day, commemorates the adoption of the Constitution of India, drafted under the leadership of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, replacing the colonial governance structure. The Constitution established India as a sovereign, secular, and democratic republic, guaranteeing fundamental rights and social justice. Republic Day symbolizes India's unity in diversity, democratic resilience, and commitment to the rule of law. The annual parade showcases cultural heritage, military strength, and national progress. Moving forward, we also have here Australia Day, marks the arrival of the first fleet in the year 1788, signaling the beginning of British settlement. While celebrated as a national day of achievement, citizens, and unity, it also serves as a moment of reflection on the experiences of the indigenous Australians. The observance also encourages dialogue on reconciliation, historical justice, and inclusive national identity. Moving forward, we also have here Community Manager Appreciation Day, always celebrated on the fourth Monday of January. The day recognizes the professionals who manage and nurture online and offline communities, particularly in the digital space. Moving forward, we also have here Better Business Communication Day. This day promotes clarity, transparency, and professionalism in workplace communication. The effective communication improves productivity, leadership, effectiveness, employee morale, and organizational success. In a global business environment, this day underscores the importance of cross-cultural understanding, emotional intelligence, and also ethical information sharing. Moving forward, we also have here the world's largest diamond discovered in South Africa in the year January 26th, 1905. On this day, the Cullinan diamond, weighing 3,106 carat, was discovered by Frederick Wells. Initially dismissed as a worthless crystal, it was later recognized as the largest gem-quality diamond ever found. The diamond was cut into 9 major stones and 96 smaller stones, many of which form part of the British crown jewels. Moving forward, and last for today, we have the Michigan became the 26th state in the U.S. Michigan admission followed the resolution of the Toledo War, a boundary dispute within the Ohio. Statehood enabled Michigan to develop into a major economic force, particularly in manufacturing, transportation, and the automotive industry. It also locates along its location along the Great Lake made it a strategic center for trade, innovation, and contributing significantly to the American industrial growth. So that's all we have for you on the Today in History. So we are moving straight to infotainment, and first on our list here is the Brotherhood of the Cross and Star Divine Vanguards of the New Kingdom of God present evangelism to Delta State with the theme heralding the endless reign of the universal monarch. This event is to take place 26th January to 1st of February 2026 at Delta State. Today happens to be the flag of which, as I told the event, the event. And we also have highlights of event, which is healing service, open air service, courtesy visitation, humanitarian service, moment of spiritual revival, and so much more. So that's for Divine Vanguards, and also bringing you informations or updates on what happened during the weekend. We also have the Universal Monarch visit to the Southwest region into an era of abundant blessing. These states include Lagos, Ogun, Osun, Ondo, Ekiti, Kwara State. They all witnessed a rare divine visitation as the Universal Monarch, His Holiness Olumba Obu, graciously ushered the region into a new era of abundant and unending blessings. So we want to say congratulations to all the Southwest states that graciously received the Father's blessings. So, and last for today, we have happy birthday celebration to DV sister Sarah Asukwa. We want to say, Father bless you, open your way, give you more money in your bank account, and of course it will continue to uplift you, and of course overcome all your open and hidden words in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. So that's all we have for you under Today in History /infotainment. I hope you've picked one or two of things or whatever information will be okay. Sister Ruth and Sister Stella Obina for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you very much, Sister Ebi, for taking us down the corridors of history. Most of these histories were made when we were still in spirits. Thank you so very much. So without much ado, would like for Sister Stella to acknowledge our brethren through the various mediums they have reached out to us.
Okay, thank you so very much. Starting with our Facebook handle, we have from Sister Gladys Onyabo. She says awesome, and then she still says very interesting and impactful topic. We must not waste time when opportunities are available to us. We must make sure that every single opportunity is utilized to the fullest. Okay, thank you so very much, Sister Gladys.
Thank you so much.
We have from Ali. He says thank you so much. From Renowned Production, thank you, Father. From Chibuzo Livingstone says thank you, Father. So that's all for our Facebook platform. And on our YouTube platform, we still have the likes of Sister Gladys here. And then she still says opportunity comes but once at times. We must make use of opportunities when they are presented to us. And then from Margaret Amuako, she says, thank you, my lovely presenters, for the wonderful work they are doing. They are loved, or they are blessed. Amen. Thank you very much, Margaret. And from Destiny Godwill, this person says, good morning, wonderful children of God. Have a blessed day. Thank you, Father. So thank you so very much to everyone who joined or followed today's program. We see you all, and we appreciate your consistency.
Thank you very much, Sister Stella Obina, and to you, our beloved viewer. Thank you so much for always coming through for us, for always, watching and remembering that you are the reason actually we are seated here. And thank you for never letting us down. And I believe this relationship will continue. You will keep coming through for us in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Yeah, like I said earlier today, we talked about bullying. So if you have somebody around you whom you perceive is being bullied, you need to come through for them, all right? Advise them, to stable mentally, because if you allow them to make a stand or strike a balance on their own, some of them might actually strike a positive balance, while some might go the negative way, which will not, actually end well. So you should be a shoulder they should cry on, and make sure to advise them positively, all right, and be blessed for it. And you also do not be a reason why some people are crying. Do not also bully people, because sometimes you do it without knowing, because you are, I don't know if I should use the word power intoxicated, over a little something or you know what I'm saying. So please do not also bully others. Love everybody as you love yourself, all right? Never be found bullying another person. So with that being said, it is time for us to take a bow and to leave you. This is not just all for today. So we are urging you to, keep following Starcross Television to enjoy the rest of the programs for today. Till we come your way next time, remain blessed. I remain your host, Ruth Obo.